Family is one of the most important bonds we share on this dunya. The fundamental values of life and love are shared within a family structure, regardless of whether you're blood relatives or not. Assalamu alaikum and welcome this lovely Sunday morning to Noor, the light. Hidden within the leafy hills of Clare Estate, Durban, built solely for the purpose of goodwill, lies the Isizwe Centre. A school, sanctuary and Islamic centre for children, most of whom are orphans from the surrounding community. We meet with a founder and teacher who to most of the children is a paternal parent and a father figure. Noor visited this very special family consisting of house mothers, teachers and more than 40 children.
Caring for the less fortunate is the duty of every Muslim. It is also the driving principle for founder of the Isizwe Centre, Ismail. He saw a need to reach out and put his faith into practice by establishing the centre in KwaZulu-Natal's capital city, Durban.
Well, even the inspiration comes from, I'm a Muslim. And a Muslim, his internal inspiration is naturally there, it's inborn in us, where we help humankind. And this is our Prophet ﷺ has taught us that even if we remove a branch from the road, which is in the way of somebody, we get reward for it. And even if we've got an intention to do wrong, Almighty won't punish us for the intention we got to do wrong. And if we don't do the wrong, He rewards us for not doing the wrong. But if you got intention to do good, He's already rewarded me. So that gives me the passion of carrying on, because I know I already got the reward. My intention is to help as many people as I can in any aspect of life, to better their lives. I'm not doing this for myself, and I don't need anybody to praise me for what I'm doing. I'm doing it as a human being, to help others. And that is my mission. The more I help others, the more I will benefit by helping others.
The centre houses 52 Muslim children and caters to their every need. Muhsin tries as much as possible to make the centre self-sufficient. His skills as a builder are put to good use whenever he finds the money to add onto the centre. It is a work in progress, but one that is guided purely by faith.
The problem is, if I look back in my life, when I was a youngster, you know, sometimes I don't even talk about it because it's very emotional. When I was in school, in my lifetime, my own school, I was a remedial kid myself. And I know exactly what it is like for a remedial kid to sit at the bench to be taught. So I knew what was going through my mind. I know what's going through the child's mind. I'll give you an example. The thing is, a remedial kid takes very long to understand what the teacher tells you. Now, if you look at the system of our schools today, 45, 50 kids in a class. And if you've got 10 remedial students, what happened to them? They're lost in the system. The teacher hasn't got time to spend. You've got 30 minutes period. How can a teacher assist the remedial child? And here at our center, every period, you've got maximum 6 to 7 kids per period in a teacher's class. And I think that is where we actually coming to terms with our program, because why the child has got an individual and the teacher's got a one-on-one basis with the kid. Can explain to him, and where he doesn't understand can also...
Who can read this number for me? If you know the answer, raise up your hand. I can't hear you. The value of 4 is 119.
Isizwe is a Zulu word that literally translates into nation. Muhsin chose this name to represent that he is trying to strengthen the nation by virtue of his actions.
No, this is not an Islamic school. This is where people, the name, this is the Islamic Dawah movement is what I am. I'm a Muslim, but if you name the name, if you analyze the name Isizwe itself, it's the whole nation. So the whole nation is not Muslim. So we're saying we'll help anybody and everybody, whether it's Muslim or non-Muslim. Isizwe, the group that I've got about 25 to 27 Islamic caregivers here with non-Muslim caregivers together, we united and we said, listen here, this is our mission, and we decided this is what we want to do. We're a whole multiracial group of people together with the same mission, same vision, that we want to give to the people that can benefit them.
Young learners are encouraged in their secular as well as Islamic education. His wife, who shares his passion, is involved in teaching the young girls. There are also classes that cater specifically to teaching practical skills to those who are not adept at academia.
What we found is with the underprivileged kids, a lot of them cannot be circularly educated. They cannot be academically educated. So what we do is we said, no, let's put something else into place to accommodate that kind of problem. Because if somebody cannot be educated academically, then give him a trade. At least he can put food on his table one day when he gets married or when he's got family. So we teach the skills and teach them with things that people don't want to use, how to make it productive again for them to use so that they can benefit from it. That's the skills of us.
After only having started in karate at the age of 37, Muhsin has moved up through the ranks and holds the distinction of being third Dan black belt. This entitles him to teach karate, but he does so within an Islamic context.
What I loved about the karate is that the karate is very good for the Muslims, because it's actually teaching you to actually humble yourself and control yourself. And this is what the Muslim needs to do. His body, which we call in Islam, is the nafs, which is the filth, and the soul is the one that's supposed to control the body. Now, if you look at mankind today, his body is controlling him, and the soul is being misled. We don't find the undisciplined. I mean, a lot of people talk about the discipline of our kids. They wonder, how do you manage? I said, I use karate. Ask me, how do I use karate? Like the question you asked me. It gives you self-confidence, and plus it gives you physical strength. Also, you can protect yourself. The child becomes confident of himself, and also you feel good. Physically, you become physically fit. We don't teach kids here to fight. We teach kids to defend themselves. And that is indoctrinated into their head every class. And the reason why I chose the karate I'm doing, because if the kids, one of my kids will read the dojo oath for you. And dojo oath will tell you that we've got to follow our religious principles. And that's the oath of our karate. That you have to follow your religious principles. So I don't have to do anything in this karate which goes against my principle.
Funding for Isizwe remains one of the biggest obstacles to fulfilling its vision. There are some donors who give generously, but while this is not nearly enough, Muhsin makes do. His purpose in building this center has never been to be a rich man on earth, but rather in the year after.
We've got quite a few friends whose hearts are very open to us. They give us what they can give from their resources, and then we've got families also who give towards us, and even the non-Muslims give towards our organization, whether it's in money, whether it's in kind of vegetables or whatever. So there's no difficulty in doing the job. The job is easy. The only thing is that the funds you must have. If there's no funds available, it becomes a very difficult task. In the end, we will make it happen, but it's very difficult. Your internal must be very strong to carry on with the work.
A true believer is measured by his adherence to the faith as well as observance of its principles. In fulfilling these basic tenets, Allah guarantees them a place in heaven. Muhsin Ismail gives unselfishly of himself, but does so in the way of Allah. His example is that of a true believer, and one that everyone should try and emulate.
The family dynamic in this center is a force to be reckoned with. It's admirable to meet men